As the clock struck 12, the wings on the plane violently jolted, like it was about to shatter in pieces of light glass waiting to pierce through soft and silky skin. Struggling to see through the thin and foggy lenses, the pilot heard a tumble behind him. It was loud, extremely loud. He figured it was fairly sizable, explained by the previous noises. He thought he heard footsteps approaching the metal seat he was currently on. Petrified, he quickly grabbed the pocket knife next to the window, swung around to defend himself, then realized that it was just the golden box Lieutenant Amari had given him being tossed around the plane. Pilot Sid couldn't explain the footsteps, but he chose to move on. He gently put the box back in place and decided to ignore it. He had never been told what was in the box, although Lieutenant Amari told him it was just coins, so don't open it. But that didn't stop him from being tempted to open it. Pilot Sid thought about it for a while, and he would be in a massive amount of trouble if he did, so he chose not. When he returned to his seat, he noticed his plane controls were flashing red, and Sid knew what was wrong. He grabbed the phone for emergency and started repeatedly yelling, "Code red! The plane engines are crashing! Please help!" You can tell Sid was fighting back tears from the way he was talking. Suddenly, he remembered the parachutes under his seat, but swore under his breath when he realized that he had given his parachute to Lieutenant Amari, also known as the Biggie, because of his size and demands. Sid was thinking about his family and everyone he knew. He was thinking to himself, "I'm sorry, I won't be coming home." So there was Sid, alone on a plane, diving down the Earth's sky, about to crash at a devilish amount of speed. Sid rummaged through the rubble, attempting to find the golden box Lieutenant Amari had given him, but all he could find was an assault rifle. But that really could come handy in some situations. A chill went down his spine as he realized whoever was on the plane had taken the box and run away through the woods when the plane had crashed. Following the map's directions, Sid was on a mission to find the box, return it safely, and all as good as new. Sid had run a few miles through the woods unarmed and could see what appeared to be an abandoned shack, and spotted a faint but dim light through a hole. The door was fully opened, and without thinking, Sid pulled out his gun and dashed through the open door. It was the box! The box was lying on an old wooden table. He swiftly picked up the box and took his time to look around the room. There were knives with blood on the edge, windows blocked off by wood, and smashed glass lying on the floor. It was the work of a maniac. That left Sid thinking, what happened in here? But just as he was about to leave, the door slammed shut, and the maniac had shown himself with a pistol. He had started shooting bullets through the wooden walls. Sid shot multiple times through the wall in one spot to make a peephole and see the maniac. Sid eventually managed to hit 3 of his shots and successfully get out with the box. Sid's life was starting to make a turn. Sid started to hear a buzzing sound above him, like it was an enormous bee hovering over him. It was a rescue helicopter, and the man on the side of the helicopter was calling out, "Sid! Sid!" He threw down a rope and pulled him up. Sid sighed a breath of relief as he was saved from the worst hours ever experienced. When he got back to his friends and family, they all thanked him for retrieving the box again, but to this day no one knows how that maniac got on Sid's plane. What would you do if a maniac snuck into your house or plane?